Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sheriff Lamb, do you believe that Donald Trump won the 2020 election?
Well, Joe Biden's the president now.
No, what do you believe?
I believe that he lost the election. I mean, there's questions about how our election integrity. I don't know how that relates to Homeland Security, but I have questions. And
you don't know how election integrity relates to Homeland Security? Is that your testimony?
My testimony is it does relate because we're seeing how bad it's been under the last 2 years. So yes, it has a correlation. However,
election integrity?
What's that?
You said you don't believe election integrity relates to Homeland Security. Is that your testimony?
Well, I don't know how this election, the question of whether I think the last president won or lost, it is about this today. Election integrity absolutely matters.
Okay.
And I believe that there are a lot of Americans that have questions about election integrity. And my job is to make sure that we ensure that we have safe and secure elections.
Do you believe that there was fraud in the 2020 election?
There's always fraud in every election.
Really?
There's significant, however many people it is, there are people that vote for people that are no longer, that are deceased. There are people that vote when they don't live in a certain residence.
You're right. So let me ask you this question. Do you think that there was fraud that had a material impact on the results of the 2020 election?
As a law enforcement official, I have seen zero evidence that would show me otherwise.
Right. Do you believe that those people who invaded the Capitol on January 6th were, quote, very loving Christian people, unquote?
I think that there were a lot of good people there that were exercising their First Amendment right, and I think they have, in many ways, been lumped in with a group of people that had bad intentions.
Okay. So you would agree that not everyone at the Capitol on January 6th would be considered a loving person?
I agree that there were people that violated the law, and I think those people are being held accountable.
Okay, because you have been quoted as saying that the rioters who were there on January 6th were very loving Christian people. Did you see the videos of that day on January 6th?
Yes, sir. I've seen a lot of videos where there were a lot of good people that were not rioting, and you're saying that the rioters, that's different than the people who were coming and exercising their First Amendment rights.
So you don't support...
People had every right to exercise their First Amendment rights.
You don't support the rioters who beat the police and invaded the Capitol, is that right?
Absolutely not. I am a rule of law guy, and if you broke the law, you should be held accountable.
So do you support then the 950 prosecutions that the Department of Justice has brought arising out of the events of that day?
Well, I know nothing of those 950 prosecutions. I wasn't there for them. I don't know the details of those cases. So for me to come and say that I support every one would be a little bit naive because I don't have the information.
Sure. Do you support the 10 convictions that the DOJ has obtained for seditious conspiracy?
I am unaware of the 10 convictions, nor do I know anything about those cases.
Really? Because they involve the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. Are you familiar with those?
I am aware of the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers.
Have you ever interacted with them or spent any time with them?
I know what you're alluding to. I went to a 2A rally and had some people come shake my hand who somebody says they're Proud Boys. They had no indication of that. So,
did you host a rally for your future Senate run where there were Oath Keepers and Proud Boys there?
No, I did not host a rally. There was a 2A rally where I mentioned that I was strongly considering a Senate run, where I have now learned that there were some Proud Boys there.
Would you agree with me that seditious conspiracy is a conspiracy to overthrow the government through violence?
I'm not sure what the code says exactly, but that sounds pretty familiar.
Okay. And would you agree that the violent overthrow of our government is a threat to our national security?
Absolutely.
Okay. I asked that question because you've been on record as questioning many things about the 2020 election, many things about the January 6th events, and you just said that election integrity is not directly related to the subject of our hearing today, which is our Homeland Security. And I'm happy to hear that you agree with me that the conspiring to overthrow our government, as members of the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers were convicted of, is a threat to our Homeland Security and is a threat to our national security. Last question. Do you think that the Mexican drug cartels were created in 2020?
No.
They've been around for a long time,
yes.
Haven't they? Okay. I yield back. Thank you.
Gentleman's time.